welcome to Fluff in the Corporate Space by Saffron Conscious. I'm your host, MC, the Corporate Heart Guide. This episode is titled Polished and Reframed, when intuition becomes a liability. There is a moment many leaders recognize, though few ever speak about it. It is the moment you know what needs to happen and realize you cannot say how you know. You sense the right direction. You feel the timing. You are clear long before the data arrives. And instead of being an asset, that knowing can become a liability. Because the systems you operate in, whether across organizations, teams, or projects, reward justification and defensibility, not internal clarity. So leaders learn to translate, to dilute, to wait for confirmation they don't actually need. Over time, something subtle begins to happen. They stop trusting the speed of their own intelligence. They second guess what once felt obvious. They over-prepare. They gather more information than necessary. Not to become clearer, but to feel safer. This is how intuition becomes dangerous in corporate spaces. Not because it is wrong, but because it is unsupported. Unheld intuition isolates leaders. It creates a private burden, responsibility for decisions that came from deeper knowing, while publicly presenting themselves as emerging from process or protocol. This split is rarely named, but it is widely felt, and it comes at a cost to clarity, timing, team alignment, and outcomes. When leaders override their intuitive intelligence, they lose timing. They miss inflection points. They hesitate when decisiveness is required. Or worse, they act but without internal alignment. The problem is not intuition. The problem is where intuition is being asked to operate. Intuition does not function well inside environments that demand fragmentation, while assigning full responsibility to individual leaders. Without coherence, intuition gets trapped inside the body, unexpressed, unintegrated, and eventually distrusted. Many of the leaders I work with privately do not come to become more intuitive. They already are. They come because they are tired of carrying intelligence that has nowhere legitimate to land. They want to lead without splitting themselves into two, without translating their truth into something palatable, without waiting for permission from systems that move slower than reality. Organizations, teams, and leaders alike feel the consequences. Missed alignment, fractions in decision-making, fragile cultures, and slowed progress. This season is not about teaching intuition. It is about restoring its position, not as a personal quirk, not as a secret advantage, but as a form of intelligence that can be held, integrated, and trusted at the individual level and across leadership systems. If you are listening and something in you feels both seen and relieved, that is not accidental. It means you are no longer willing to treat your deepest clarity as something you manage alone. As you move through your week, notice where decisions are delayed or over-explained. Notice where clarity feels heavy instead of clean. Those are not failures. They are signals asking for a different container, for alignment and coherence within yourself, your team, and your organization. Move gently, stay honest, and like water, let ease reveal what no force ever could. So remember, like water, flow with ease and gentleness, and let's continue navigating the currents of our own lives. Until next time.